Okay guys, let's move on and perform the basic insertion and deletion operations guys. So insertion is inserting something at the beginning and node, I mean the end node and after a specific position, right? So we have seen the algorithm, how it works to insert something at the beginning. Okay, let's implement that using C program in this video. Okay, so let me create a new file. I hope I have to do that, and I'll say main1.c. Okay, so I'll just start fresh. Okay, if I want, I'll just copy the code, some code. Okay, like the structure of node and all. I can just copy. I need not type it again and waste the time, right? All right. So hash include stdio.h and stdlib.h to for dynamic memory allocation. Then I'll copy the struct node code. This is our code. This is the code that we have written to create a linked list. Okay, we can use the same code to create a linked list. I hope. Yeah, we can just copy this because anyway we have to create a linked list. Okay, so for that purpose I'm just copying this. Okay, so I'm just creating void main is missing. So after that I'll perform insertion at the beginning. Okay, so yeah, so I think it's okay. So I'll perform insertion. Okay, so here after getting all the list elements, here I could say printf enter the element which you wish to enter the value which you wish to enter at the beginning. Okay, you know the algorithm. Okay, assume that our list is created, our 10 20 30 example is already created. Okay, and here is just to display. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll leave this. Okay, just to display. I hope it is not confusing you. I'll say comment display. Okay, all right, so enter the value which user wants to enter. Okay, let me scanf and store it to somewhere. Let me use the temp variable itself. We have already declared that, right, in the previous videos. Temp variable. Okay, that is a temporary variable which I have used, so let me use that itself. Okay, let me create a new node. That's very important. Okay, let me create a new node. So how to create a new node? It's again very simple. New node, malloc size of struct node, and here I will be having another struct node. I mean, I'm typecasting it. You know this idea. You know the syntax, right? So let me move on quickly. So new node of data field, you should have the value that we got. Okay. So this new node should be inserted at the beginning. Okay, understand that this new node should be inserted at the beginning. How I'm going to do that? That's again, that's a very simple one. Let me cut this and put that here. I mean, so all right, I think now our weapons are ready, our elements are ready, our new node is ready to be inserted at the first, and my start is ready. I have created a copy of start, so temp1 will be pointing to the first element, like first node, and start will also point to the first node, but I won't manipulate start. Okay, okay, of course here I'm going to do that, but you know, in most of the times I'm not going to manipulate start. Okay, super. So insertion. Okay, so you know the idea, right? So if you don't know the idea, please go back and watch the video again, which I have explained your algorithm, right? So new node is that new node of next field should point to start arrow next. New node arrow next should point to start arrow next. What do you mean by start arrow next? Which means it's not start arrow next. I hope. I think it is start itself because I just wanna insert it at the beginning, right? So it's actually start. So what is new node of next is start. New node of next is nothing but the next field. You know that, and that will have the value start. What I mean by is this will point to the first element. New node will point to the first element. What do you mean by that? New node will point to the first element, which means that your new node is gonna become the first element. Okay, so here it is gonna become the first element. Okay, it is pointing to the first element. Okay, the previous first element. I mean, you ignore this code, then there is some first element, right? And that is given by start variable, start pointer, right? So you are making your new node to point to that particular first node. So it's gonna become the first element. I think that's it. Okay, you have to make start also to point to new node, because here I have made new node as the first element. So make start point to new node, and again I think you can get the code and manipulate it here. Okay, so this set of code is something inserting at the beginning. Okay, I think this is clear. So what I'm doing here is I'm just creating a new node, getting the value from the user, maybe 40 or 50. I'm storing that in data, and the new node of next field should point to the first element. Okay, then it will become the first element. Anything which points to first will become the first. Okay, will become the first now. Okay, so new node now will become the first element. After that you will make the start point to the new node. To make it clear, let's assume some values. Okay, let's assume our start equals to 1001. Okay, our previous start. Okay, our previous start equal to 1001. You know that, right? Okay, what is the address of new node? I don't know, maybe 5001. Okay, maybe 5001. Start is maybe 1001, and it's not next. Start is maybe 1001 and new node is 5001. And new node of next field should point to start, which means that new node of the next field will have the value 1001. So now start points to new node, which becomes start will now become 5001. So now this becomes the first element, and the next field of first element points to 1001, the old first element. Okay, I hope I made it clear. If you have any doubts, you can post it in Q&A, or you can also watch the previous video again. There I have explained this very clearly, right? That's it. I hope. Let's run this code. Oh, hold on. New node. Yeah, we have declared new node inside the for loop, so that will not work, right? Let me do that outside the for loop also. Okay, so let me do that here. All right. Uh, hold on. I think it's visible. Let's run the code again. Multiple definition of main, of course. I'll just close the whole program. The old program, I need to close this. So what I'm gonna do is I just copy this. Yes, it will work now. Yeah, enter the number of nodes. I have 3 nodes. 10, 20 and 30 are my node values. Okay, enter the value which I wish to enter at the beginning. Okay, in the beginning I just want to have 40 in the beginning. So the elements are 40, 10, 20, and the last element is not getting printed, I hope. So let's correct it now. Okay, I think I just have to copy the print statement and paste it here. Let me do that again. Okay, so 3, 10, 20, 30, and the element I wish to enter at the beginning is 40. So you can see 10, 20, 30 are my list elements, the exact values, but 40 is now the first element. So by just doing these two simple lines, actually these two lines are the crucial or core of this algorithm. Okay, if you know how to do that, then it's very simple. Okay, so please understand this, and if you have any doubts, please post that in the Q&A section. Thanks a lot.